The film opens with a heartbreaking scene. A pregnant woman, alone and in agony, giving birth without anyone to help her. As she holds her newborn, the entire village reacts in fear. People slam their doors, windows shut, hiding from her as if she's cursed, untouchable. Suddenly, the scene shifts to a brutal battlefield. The war's cause isn't explained, but we meet a soldier named Mac, gravely wounded, riddled with bullets, barely clinging to life. His fellow soldiers rush him to a nearby medical camp. The camp's conditions are miserable, but against all odds, Mac survives. There, he befriends other injured soldiers, and when the war finally ends, they all return home together. When they reach Mac's house, a shocking detail surfaces. Mac is the husband of Nak, the woman we saw earlier. But as Mac walks inside, he's devastated. His wife is gone, and their baby's crib is empty. Suddenly, Nak appears behind him, wrapping her arms around him. Mac is startled, but soon overjoyed. The impossible had happened. He survived the war, and Nak was there waiting for him. Their reunion is emotional, filled with love and relief. Nak then introduces their child to Mac. But there's something off. One of Mac's friends seems to have an unhealthy interest in Nak. As Mac takes his friends into town, they're met with strange, hostile behavior. Villagers avoid them. No one sells them food. It's as if Mac and his group are cursed. Confused, Mac approaches an old shopkeeper who bluntly tells him, "You're living with a ghost. If you don't believe me, look at her from under your legs." Before the old woman can say more, her son drags her away. Mac's friends laugh it off, thinking it's just village superstition. But the next day, while fixing Mac's house, one of them discovers a buried corpse with a wedding ring, the same ring Nak wears. Before he can warn the others, a swarm of bees attack him as if something or someone is stopping him from speaking. Desperate, he scribbles the truth. Nak is a ghost. His terrified friends quickly pack to escape, but realize they can't abandon Mac. They decide to get him out quietly that night. When they confront Mac, he refuses to believe them. Just then, a young boy appears. He's the shopkeeper's son. Tearfully, he tells him his mother is dead. Nak killed her because she exposed the truth. He cries. Shaken, the group attempts once more to flee with Mac, but before they can convince him, Nak calls them in for dinner. Mac insists they all sit and enjoy the wonderful meal Nak prepared. But to them, the plates are filled with insects and dead leaves. Mac sees only delicious food. Out of sheer terror, they eat the disgusting meal to avoid angering Nak, then immediately run and lock themselves in the neighboring room. Mac confronts them, asking why they're acting so strangely. They beg him to leave Nak. She's a ghost. They saw her corpse. But Mac brushes them off, calling their stories ridiculous. He explains that when he left for war, the shopkeeper's son tried to assault Nak. When Nak escaped, the boy spread the rumor that she was a ghost to ruin her. Mac goes home, but something strange. His clothes are dirty, covered in soil. Nak notices, but he avoids the question, instead complimenting her to cheer her up. Later, at the village fair, Nak wears a mask to avoid frightening anyone. When Mac struggles to win a toy for his son, Nak secretly uses her powers to help him, confirming what the villagers feared. Nak really is a ghost. Meanwhile, Mac's friends, convinced he's in danger, plot to kidnap him to save his life. But when they approach him, Mac reveals he already checked Nak from under his legs and saw nothing wrong. He truly believes she's alive. One of the friends suddenly questions everything. What if Mac's the ghost? He survived countless bullets. That's not normal. Paranoia takes hold. They decide to rescue Nak instead, convinced she's the real victim. That night, they help Nak and her son escape by boat. Nak silently agrees to leave as if she, too, believes Mac is the ghost. The boat is too heavy, so they throw their luggage overboard. Still, the boat won't move. In desperation, they tell Nak to drop her child, but she refuses. Mac appears on shore, chasing them into the river, pleading, "I'm not a ghost. Who told you I'm dead?" But they panic, rowing harder. One friend remembers the village's warning, "Check under your feet." He does, and the horrifying truth is revealed. An AK is the ghost. The friend looks up in terror. An AK reveals her ghostly form, grabs his shoulder with a supernatural grip. They abandon the boat and flee to a nearby temple. Inside, a monk protects them with sacred rituals and binds them with protective threads. As the monk chants, an AK arrives in her terrifying, ghostly form. Mac, overcome with emotion, tries to reach her, but his friends hold him back. An AK, furious, levitates and screams, "Why won't you let Mac come to me?" Mac's friends accuse her. "You killed the shopkeeper." An AK, crying, defends herself. "I didn't kill anyone. He slipped and drowned. I never wanted to hurt anyone. I only wanted to stay with Mac for a little longer." Mac breaks down in tears. An AK wipes his tears, her own falling at the same time. Finally, an AK confesses, "I died giving birth to our son. I stayed in this world to be with you, just for a little while. But now that you know, I'll leave. Just promise me, don't die for me. Move on. Find happiness." But Max smiles through his tears and says, "I've always known you were gone. When they told me, I'd already found your grave. That's why my clothes were covered in soil that day. I just didn't care. I love you. I want to be with you, ghost or not." He hugs her, and his friends, moved by their love, decide to let them stay together. In the post-credits scene, it's revealed that Mac and NAK opened a haunted house attraction in the village, using their real-life ghost story to entertain visitors. And they lived happily ever after. Thanks for watching.